On three, 1, 2, 3.
So Brett, dominant victory tonight. Were you happy with your performance? You kind of looking for the finish there in the third round, didn't quite get it.
Yeah, I was. Yeah, I said at the start, really. You know, I wanted to go in there and get that 50k bonus money. But as a fighter, when you walk in there, you're so confident going in there. But once you step that octagon across, you just think, it's not going to be one of them shifts. Unfortunately, we're just going to have to get the job done. And it was one of them shifts. Although I did see the arm triangle, it was a bit sweaty, and I could hear his breathing going slowly and slowly, but I wasn't tight enough. And it was like a minute left on the clock, and I knew I was safe, so I just wanted to get the job done, really, you know. So I wasn't happy with the performance, really. I thought the quack fight was definitely a better performance, but you know, the job was done. I won. I'm 14-0, 2-0 in the UFC, so I'm happy with that.
You know, reflecting back on the performance there, was there anything you were unhappy with? Did anything surprise you about how about it?
You know, the only thing was, obviously, I was meant to fight Mitch Gagnon, who stylistically is completely different to Albert Morales. So we had to change that up in camp. In the third round, I thought it was Mike Tyson until he clocked me with this. That's when woke me up. I turned back into that wrestler, and no, it was good. I enjoy a good fight like that. You had Chris Reese screaming in the corner, "Stop brawling!" So I went back to what I know. And like I said, I'm just happy to get the job done, really, you know.
You're 14-0 now. Do you want to try and get maybe a top 10, top 15 ranked opponent?
Yeah, that's definitely something I'm looking towards, you know. I don't know where I'm going to be ranked after this. I won't mind someone like a couple of spaces above me, and then go into that. Yeah, definitely. You know, I'm not in a rush. I'm still young. I still got a lot of things to work on, definitely. But I'm happy, really happy, you know, with the progress I'm doing now. I'm training very hard. People don't realise it's been a 28-week camp. I trained for London, it didn't happen, didn't take time off, went straight back into camp. This is my 28th week in camp. And like I said, I'm quite broken at the minute, so it's nice to get some time off this and hoping to be back December.
You've obviously seen, or we've obviously seen, you know, the passionate support of your fans here within the UK. But would you like to get the experience of perhaps fighting on a big card in Vegas or New York or somewhere international?
Well, that's definitely what I had planned next for December, really. You know, I knew there's some good fights out there. You know, Vegas is definitely the fight capital of the world. That's something I look towards. I wouldn't mind getting a fight in MSG. You know, one of my boxing idols, Joe Calzaghe, finished his career against Roy Jones Jr. That's something I could look to do in the future. You know, there's no major names that come out to me. You know what I mean? Like I said, I'm the guy that works quietly, that people don't hear about until there's a loud bang. I was hoping that loud bang was going to be tonight. Unfortunately, it wasn't. So on to the next one now.
When you look at the rest of the bantamweight division, is there anyone you see yourself matching up well against?
Anybody else at the top 20, really. You know, I see good fights. Even the top 10. You know, I like. There's a list of good fighters there, and there's a couple of good guys who've been put in. So I'm looking at anybody outside the top 15 at the minute, definitely. You know, Mitch Gagnon was definitely a good fight, and that's something I look towards. You know, unfortunately he pulled out injured. So well, whoever they give me, I'm not a guy who will shout about it yet. But if in the next weeks, if I see someone I think, okay, that's going to be a good matchup, I'm going to shout for that. I called 3 people out before this fight. They all responded, but nobody put pen to paper. Mitch Gagnon called me out, and within 3 hours I signed that piece of paper and we were on, you know what I mean? I call in these guys, not because I dislike them or I think they're bums or I don't like them. I want to fight these guys, and I think they're good fights. When Albert Morales signed that paper, my eyes just wide. I thought, that's a fight, that's a scrap. That's someone who's going to come here on 2 weeks' notice and take me on. And that's the fights I wanted. And you know, although my coaches, my cornermen don't like that sort of style of fight in the third round brawling, but it kind of woke me up, and you know, I felt that passion in there. And in front of that crowd was just absolutely unreal.
You know, back in your Titan days, the weight cut I guess wasn't always like a dead cert, but you look very healthy yesterday. You look very strong tonight. You know, how's that going now for you? Your nutrition and your diet and stuff. I haven't changed much, if I'm honest. Just been more strict. If I'm, you know, I haven't got the luxury of having high-level performance nutritionists in my camp, and something I sat down with my coach, Chris, and some of the guys there. Most of my teammates do a lot of research on it, so we were just talking, and we found my way of doing it. Like, my way won't suit other fighters, and that was where I was going wrong. I was looking at other fighters trying to copy their way, and it wasn't suiting. And like I said yesterday, I felt really good in the scales. I didn't feel too bad, and like you said, I feel like as if I've got it under control. I'm not going to say, yeah, I've smashed it, it's going to be like that every time, because you never know, there's different circumstances, but I definitely felt brilliant. You know, I woke up at like 3 o'clock in the morning on like Saturday morning. I was like, I'm on weight, I'm ready to go. So and it's just brilliant when you make weight as well. Like back in Titan days, well, I lost my world title in Titan, I lost my world title in cage wars because my weight issues.
to get that under control now. I feel like I've justified them days, and I'm happy now.
On that note, the UFC have now got this Performance Institute in Vegas, and fighters are able to use it for free. They'll provide you with breakfast and lunch, so you just sort yourself out with dinner and boarding. Is that something that you think you'd like to take up?
I've actually been there. I've actually been out there and had a look at it all, and it's a fantastic facility. You know, if we get a Vegas fight, we were planning on going out there a week or two earlier and using that facility. Definitely, why wouldn't we? You know, it's one of the. Well, I went there, I was absolutely speechless. You know, and there's all different things, like there's like an altitude chamber there, and there's all these different things, and it's an amazing little venue. And if we get that fight in Vegas, definitely I'll be out there a little bit earlier to train in that camp, and I'll take some of my team out there with me, and we'll get some good preparation there.
Do you think maybe there's an unwillingness for guys to get in the octagon, which obviously, you know, your first fight was very impressive, the amount of takedowns landed, you know, Mitch has pulled out. How do you feel about that?
Yeah, I was a bit gutted about the Mitch fight, obviously. You know, it was a fight that I was looking forward to, and I prepped really well for that fight. That's why I was about the 50k thing, that when we fought Morales, it was a bit of a change in opponents. You watch the two fighters, they're not the same fighters, and I'm not a guy who's going to say no. I wanted to be on this card, and there was no way I wasn't going to be on this card. I would have gone in there on my own and shadow box for 15 minutes if I had to, just to get paid, you know. But if that Scottish crowd as well was fantastic, and well, I hope they go on in the future, because I'm definitely putting my name up for the next one.
Also, Brett, do you feel like we're a little bit closer to a UFC in Wales?
Oh, definitely. Like I said before, I think it was Danny Henry, I think it is. Before Danny Henry signed, I think it was like 3 Scottish representatives. There's 3 Welsh representatives, so why won't we get it? The only problem we got in Wales, we haven't got the venue, the right venue. We got the ice hockey, which holds like 3,000, it's not enough, especially when I went in there and I just looked out of the room and thought, wow, yeah, this is a lot bigger than 3,000, you know. If we had the right venue, you know, like Cardiff City Stadium or Swansea Football Stadium would have been ideal, no roof, so we can't, obviously they can't do it there, but I'd love to get a Welsh card and get some of these Scottish fighters done this time, you know.
And how did you enjoy the crowd as well? They seem to be quite into your performance.
I was absolutely speechless. You know, like I said, I was going about interviews about like my Celtic brother and that. You know, I love Scotland, I really do. I've been up here before, and I love this place. And when I walked out there, it was as if I was fighting in Wales. You know what I mean? And for that, I'm grateful for the Scottish fans, because it's a kick up the backside to go and do a bit better than what you should. You know, and I'm very grateful. Very.
Thanks,
thank you guys. Thank you. Cheers, guys. Thank you.